Now, let's see. Problem number 9. Let me click on that. Okay. They give us an equation in the form y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. Hopefully you guys see that okay, because it's like right there on the grid. And the equation is y equals a negative 2x plus 7. Now remember, this one represents the y-intercept. So all you need is 2 points to connect the line. So go to 7 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go here first. And that's already a point. Now, this right here is supposed to be your slope, right? Negative 2 over, it's a whole number. So all whole numbers, if you put them in fraction form, are written over 1. So I'm supposed to go, and see now this time, there's a negative. So since there's a negative this time, I'm going to go 2 down, and I'm going to go 1 right. And remember, you're starting from the point. You're starting from the point that you already plotted. 2 down and 1 right. So 1, 2, 1 over. Here's my line. And actually, if you're doing it in a graphing tool, so this is all you need. But I'm doing it by hand, so I would like a little bit more. So I'm going to continue to go 2 down, 1 right. 2 down, 1 right. I want to be accurate. But for you guys, as soon as you put this point here on 7, and then you go and take your cursor 2 down, 1 right, you're going to, boom, a line will populate for you. Now, if I want to go in the reverse, then I'm going to go 2 up and 1 over like that. So here's my line. It got crooked there because there's a break there. It's a magnet, okay? But that's what your line should look like. All right, now let's go back to number 7. Number 7 has 2 parts. And we're calculating the slope of 2 different lines. All right, so actually, I just can do this. Okay. Problem number 7. All you have to remember is that for calculating the slope, I need the vertical distance, and I have to put it over the horizontal distance. Okay, as long as you can remember that, you're going to be okay. So let's go to number 7. 7. Okay. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm hoping that you notice is that the scale is different. Their scale is actually, oh, okay. So they're only showing us, here, I'm going to take these off because they're only, wait, do they show that only for the other one too? Yeah. For number 7, they're only showing us one part. One quadrant, actually. They're actually only showing us this quadrant right here. So I'm going to move this over here. That way it's a little bit clearer. And then make sure it's got a title. Spiral review number 2, problem number 7. I said we're calculating slope, and it's the change in y over the change in x. What does that mean? Vertical distance over horizontal distance. We did that in class. Now they're counting by tens on the y-axis, right? That's what I need you to notice. Always pay attention to your scale. So over here is 0, 0, but then this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, blah, 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 so on and so forth. They're actually also counting by tens on the x-axis. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. Now let's find 2 that are in a corner. Because not everything is in a corner. Like, for example, it looks like it's starting, the line starts somewhere right before 50, right? But then if you move over a little bit, it's right there in the corner. If you keep going and going and going, it's in the corner again right here. Well, this one is 40, 60. This one is 10, well, I shouldn't write it right there because that's like right there. This one is 10, 50. And all you need are 2 points to make a line, right? All I also need are 2 points to find my differences. So if this is my x and this is my y, this is my x and this is my y, all I have to do is take one and subtract the other. So n equals 60 minus 50 on top, and then 40 minus 10 on the bottom. Well, what's 60 minus 50? What's 40 minus 10? Now, you can simplify this slope, and it is positive because reading it left to right, it's increasing. Just think about it. I start here, and while I move along the line, I keep increasing in my y's. So I go higher and higher. That means it's a positive slope. Both of these are divisible by 10. So the simplified version of this, you guys could see this, right? Hopefully I'm not writing. Okay, good. Okay, Joshua, just give me a minute. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So for part A, this one I just did was part A. For part A, the slope is 1/3.